Well, nomadic hippie in a big rig. Look at the size of this parking lot. And where does this parking lot lead? To a very popular attraction on a beautiful day like this. It's the Minnesota Zoo. Oh my goodness. I have a show that I want to see in about 40 minutes. And I don't know if I'm going to make it in time now with the size of this line. Wow, I've never seen anything like that before. Well, hello there. And welcome to another beautiful day for an adventure. And look at this monk seal coming right up to the camera. He did that last time I was here as well. That's what this adventure is all about today. Last time we just got a glimpse about that long of the monk seal, and today we're going to try and catch the show as he does a little swimming around the tank here before the show. We're going to learn a little bit more about him. It looks like he's going into his home backstage. If you guys are brand new to this channel, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss out on a thing. Welcome to another edition of Tommy Travels. It's Tommy Travels. Come on with me, you guys. Let's go see what there is to see.
Ola is out front this afternoon, so we're going to get to know her a little bit better. Our seals arrived here in May of 2015, so we are coming up on 5 years of having the seals here. The reason that they're here at the zoo is that many years ago, when they were just tiny little pups, they were found in those remote northwestern Hawaiian Islands that we talked about earlier. They were found underweight and skinny, malnourished, having a hard time finding food, so they were brought into human care. During the time that they were in human care, they discovered these seal pups had different types of medical conditions that would make it impossible for them to go back to the wild. So they stayed in human care, and eventually some of them found a home here at the zoo. So we are going to get started with our training session. That's the reason we all are here. Matt's going to join us. He's going to be working with Miss Ola this afternoon. Ola is about 26 years old. She's tapping the scale at about 500 pounds. She's a pretty big girl. These seals typically are anywhere between 400 and 500 pounds, so they are pretty massive. We do about 3 to 4 training sessions a day with our seals. All of the sessions are a little different, depends on which trainer is working the animal during that session. Everybody has a little bit of a different repertoire of behaviors that they are working on with their seal. So Matt's a relatively new trainer in our department, so Matt tends to focus a lot on just building that relationship with Ola, having Ola trust him, and him being able to trust Ola. All of the training that takes place here at the zoo, not just with our seals, but with all of the different animals that we have, all of this training is done essentially so that we can have our animals voluntarily participate in their own health care. So for example, we all go to the doctor, some of us go to the dentist or the eye doctor. If we're sick, if we need a checkup, anything like that. We have a staff of veterinarians here at the zoo who can take a great look at our animals. Ola likes to make a grand entrance every time she comes out of the water. But our veterinary staff, they can come help us out with a session, whether it's just to look at an animal, maybe to get a sample of blood, do an ultrasound, anything like that. So just like we go to the doctor, our doctors come to us to make it easier on the animals. So right now, Ola's just kind of hanging out on deck. Matt's taking a look inside of her mouth. We like to check out their teeth and their gums. We can brush their teeth if we need to as well. There's a lot of different what we call medical or husbandry type behaviors, and these are most of the behaviors that we work on day to day in our training sessions, and these behaviors are what allow us to be able to do all of these medical behaviors on a voluntary basis. The fur, very dark on the back, very light on the underside. Ola's giving y'all a little wave hello. Thank you for coming to visit me today. camouflage. A lot of different aquatic and marine mammals make use of it. You guys probably saw the stingrays downstairs. They're dark on the top, light on the bottom, same thing. So this counter shading is great because it helps it blend in with their environment. For example, say Ola's swimming around in the ocean, there's a shark swimming above her. The shark looks down and sees the darkness of her back. That's going to help her blend with the darkness of the ocean bottom. On the flip side, if there's a shark swimming underneath of her, they look up, the lightness of her belly helps her blend in with the lightness of the sky. So our training sessions, as I said before, they're a little different every time. That's kind of just putting Ola through her paces, doing some basic husbandry, kind of getting a good look at her. Another thing that's kind of unique to seals is how they move around on land. So you'll notice as Ola moves, it's a little silly, it's a little awkward. It's actually, there's a word for it, it's called galumpi, and that means simply to move awkwardly, which is how they move. It's pretty awkward. They use the strong stomach muscles that they have to kind of inchworm their way around on land. That's very different compared to a sea lion. A sea lion's flippers, appendages, they're much larger and longer. They can actually tuck those flippers underneath their body and walk on them. So a sea lion and a seal, they move very differently on land, and it's really easy to tell them apart, just simply by how they move. Now, Ola has a pretty fun behavior that I would like to show off, and it's how she is able to get our attention, let us know she's hungry, anything like that, but she has a pretty cool vocal. It's very low, very bellowy. Kind of foghornish. She oftentimes makes that vocalization if it's something where she's wanting to get our attention or remind us that it's time to eat or anything like that, so it's pretty fun. But our training sessions are pretty fun. We do a lot of different husbandry. We also do behaviors just for fun. Ola's very good at going and finding toys or enrichment items in her habitat and being able to bring them back, so she kind of helps to clean up her pool. So that's what she's doing right now. She's just kind of out there finding a different toy, and she's going to kind of maneuver it over to Matt. She's very good at being creative. Sometimes she pushes it, sometimes she grabs it with her mouth, sometimes she's using her little pectoral flipper to kind of push it and angle it. But she's very helpful and she's very good at that, so it's always fun to watch. So you can imagine Matt's feeding Ola a nice little variety of fish, things like herring, capelin, squid. These guys eat about 9 to 14 pounds of fish every single day. That's a lot of food. It's a lot. All of the food that they eat is restaurant quality. It also comes from a sustainable source. And so what that means is that the fish that we feed here at the zoo, it comes from places in the ocean where fish populations are healthy, they're thriving, they're doing really well. And that's important. If you guys like to eat seafood, maybe you go to the restaurant and order fish, or you go to a grocery store and you buy fish. There's an app you can download on your smartphone. It's called the Monterey Bay Seafood Watch app. And the Seafood Watch app is a nice little tool to use if you're at a grocery store or a restaurant to help you make good, sustainable seafood choices to ensure that we have fish to eat for many, many generations to come. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, feel free to come down. But again, for you guys here, just by being here, you guys are making the zoo stronger, and you are what allow us to do our jobs and to continue to save wildlife. So thank you for that, and have a great rest of your day at the zoo.
And for those who didn't see my previous adventure here at Discovery Bay at the Minnesota Zoo, this is about what it looks like. All sorts of aquariums. Oh, and look at this, they've got a whole sandbox set up for the kids to play in. That is really cool. This is the bottom of the monk seal swimming tank, and then they've got shark tanks right over there. And no trip to Discovery Bay at the Minnesota Zoo is complete without saying hi to a few sharks. And this one down here isn't doing very much. And I was wondering why. But if you see right there, it's kind of hard to see on camera, but I'll zoom in right there. That is an egg. Look at that. There is something you don't see every day. When I woke up this morning, I did not think I would be looking at a shark egg. But there it is. Wow. And then, of course, we can always give a little pet to a shark. Oh yeah, I got him. There he goes. That is amazing. I just love coming here. And here's one coming right up to me. Here's one coming right up. And then turning around. Look at that. It's so cool. If you've never been to Discovery Bay here in the Minnesota Zoo, it is definitely worth the 45-minute line I had to stand in today. That's the longest line I've ever stood in just to get into the zoo. But it's about 65 degrees here today in the Twin Cities, which is the nicest springy type of day that we've had in a long time. So everyone wants to get out. Here's one coming through. Their depth is a little deep to be able to touch them. I got one, but that's going to be about it for that today, I think. Oh wait, here comes one. Oh yeah, I got that one too. So here's something we did not show in the last adventure. Tide pool. Tidal animals live a life of extremes, it says, alternating wet and dry, changing levels of salt in the water, and getting battered by waves. And they have a recreation of a tide pool right here in Discovery Bay. You can see it's quite calm right now, not much going on. So animals have to be very adaptive to living life in still water or dry conditions, and then all of a sudden they have to deal with an upcoming tide, and here it comes. Look at that. That is really fun. And then they've got all sorts of starfish and shells on the bottom. That is really cool. I like the way they put this together. And of course, I always have to say hi to the seahorses when I come here. They're such magical creatures. There's one swimming right there. And one thing I love is how great they are at blending in with their surroundings. Like this one right here, kind of blending in with the plants behind it. Same with another one, there's actually two of them in there. And look at this one, this white plant, completely blended in. They are actually pretty hard to find in here. They do that well of a job. It's the magic of seahorses. Just such beautiful creatures. They're so fun to watch. Well, as you know, I always like to end these on a water feature. And Discovery Bay has this awesome water feature right here that features sharks. Wow, this has been a fun adventure here today at Discovery Bay in the Minnesota Zoo. If you've never been here, you should definitely put it on your bucket list. Look at this huge shark coming by right here. My goodness. If you guys like what you saw here today, go ahead and hit like on my YouTube channel. While you're at it, go ahead and hit subscribe and the little bell notification next to it so you can be the first to know when a new adventure comes out. Thank you guys so much for the support that you've given me so far. And until next time, I hope to catch you on the flip side.